Right. So any questions from the previous session? Architecture upare how the data flows from starting point till ending point. Any questions here? Anybody?
No, sir.
So basically on a high level, what we have discussed in the last session, we have OLTP systems. जोटी हमरो OLTP system रे कौन था हम पकड़े? What kind of data we have?
Transactional data.
Basically operational data. Right, OLTP रे कौन था? Operational data था. See, transactional data ही, but it will not be all the historical data. We will have maybe 1 year data. Okay, recent data only we will have in our OLTP systems. Right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So a operational data, recent data, what they will do, we will put it in another location and we will create the warehouse. Man high level I am not going again all the things and all. We will put it in another location with a frequency like monthly once. Monthly ki weekly we will take a backup of the data here. We will take a backup and store it in another place, which is called as warehouse. Okay, warehouse every month we will take, and this will have the all the historical data. Right. So आपको कौन को आ जाए? OLAP. Right. This is used for analytical purpose. This is used for operational purpose. So here we will do the writing of data, माने data entry above. And here what will happen? Reading of data, माने analysis purpose. From here, data analyst will take the data. Right. Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is how it works. Now, today let's try to understand somebody was asking me what kind of projects we will get. Okay. I will use a Word document. So today I will try to give a high level idea once we join as a data analyst, what kind of projects you will get, what kind of roles and responsibilities you will have, those kind of information I will try to share. If you have any questions in between, just let me know, okay? So as a data analyst, once we join, we may get project, we will get the project, right? The project will be of 3 types, okay? One is called development project. And the second one is called support project. And the third one is called migration. Okay, we can get 3 different types of projects. Right, one is development, support, migration. Anybody have any idea about these 3 things? Yes, no? What is the difference between these 3? Little louder. Subune wala ke. Go on.
Development part is not the developers who develop apps like using Python, SQL, connect database with so software is basically testing, you can say technical support.
What do they do?
Okay, they usually monitor the development part. When there is any problem, they
You continue.
like this and that type of things.
Okay, so basically you are correct only. The main thing is like development is like it will be like from scratch. Okay, the end user will give you some requirement. For example, let's talk about the development project. Okay, you are hired for some client. You are working in, for example, TCS or some company, and then TCS is supporting some other company. Okay, Nestle or Shell Motor, so whatever is the company they are supporting. So that client will give the requirement. Okay, once the requirement is given, then developer basically they will give some requirement like I need to create a dashboard like this. Okay, business analyst or somebody will give you the wireframe. The report should be looking like this and all. So as a developer, you need to know certain things. You will be asking certain questions to the client or business, whoever is communicating to you know, you will be asking certain questions. What are they? You will be asking what is the data source. Okay, data source mane kona? Mane amaku jo data dorkar, where the data is. So data will be in some place. No? It can be Excel file. It can be some SQL Server database. It can be Snowflake. It can be AWS. Mane data कोठी भी रही पारे. So सेटा कोठी होची हमको जाने रही. So we will ask them कि हमारो data source कौन है. The data source संगे हमें केमिति connect करिया. We need to connect to the data source to bring the data, right? So we need to know the connection details. Those are both important. Why I am telling you, I will tell you why I am telling all these things is like I also initial 2 years of my career I was in non-IT. I don't know anything about the IT. Okay, I was in sales and marketing. Okay, for a B2B company, it's a good company, but I was in sales and marketing and all. So when I moved from non-IT to IT, initially when I got the requirement from the client, they will not provide all these things. They will think that we have everything. ଆମ ପାଖରେ ସବୁ details ଅଛି. They will just give the requirement and they will ask us start building the report. And we will be in a confusion state. Okay, requirement to ଦେଇଦେଲେ ମୁଁ data ଆଣିବି କୋଉଠୁ? ସେ ସବୁ information ଆମକୁ ଦରକାର, right? So they will not think that we have or we don't have. They will think that okay, you already have things. Your team has already given to you, but nobody will give us. Okay, we need to ask them. So we need to ask them कि हमरो तमे जो requirement ଦେଇଛ ତା ପାଇଁ data ଦରକାର. ସେ data କୋଉଠି ଅଛି? What is the data source? Okay, then only they will tell okay, this is in Snowflake. किछि data Snowflake रे अछि कि data Excel रे अछि. Then they will give you the info. When you ask questions, then only they will give you the answers. Okay, or else कौन हो ना आज कहि देले काली पुनी जो रिव्यू कॉल थिबो काली जे हम पाखरे किछि नाही हमें किछि करि नथिया काली हमें पचारे कि कोठी कनेक्ट करी केंति करी तो one day is gone. One day total day is waste na. They will not be next to us. They will be in US or somewhere else. They will meet only once in a day. गोटे जो stand up call थाए से call रे we will talk to them. That half an hour only we will get time from them. So whatever information we need to take from them in that half an hour only. Later on, if you send mails, if you send messages also, it will be difficult for them to respond. So जहाँ भी information हमको दरकार से call रही, we need to get it clarified. Okay, so we need to ask them what is the data source, what are the connection details. Connection details माने कौन? Server ना कौन? को server रे data अच्छी, को database रे से data अच्छी. सपर मो जो तमे जो requirement देई जो तापें का what are the tables required? There are बहुत सारे tables थिबो. In a database, there will be hundreds of tables will be there. But for our project, we may require 5 or 10 tables only. We may not require all the tables. So say 100 tables, right? Which tables I need to take? That information also they need to give. Basically, this information data engineer will give you. Okay. Okay. And then also you need to ask who is the data engineer. Okay, kind of we need the help of data engineer for sure. हमको टेबल दरकार हमको केमिति कनेक्ट करिया तापरे किछि भी चेंजेस जे दरकार अछि हमको माने डेटा स्ट्रक्चर है वी वांट ए न्यू कॉलम based on the requirement we need a new column. Who will give us? Data engineer only need to create it in the back end, then only we can pull it. So we need to have a very good relationship with the data engineer. Similarly to him also, he also needs to have a good relationship with us. Because data engineer plus data analyst, these two people only are going to create the report, are going to develop the report. So these two people should have very good relationship within them. So whenever we need some information, he needs to give us. Whenever he needs some information, we need to give it to him. Okay, so we need to know who is the data engineer with whom we are going to work. Day in, day out, you will be communicating with this guy. Okay, right. So server name asikola, database name asikola, tables asikola, and then we know who is the data engineer. Then we will start developing the report. Okay, by once we know about Power BI or जो भी tool हमें come, majorly we will talk about Power BI. So we will get to know all the required information. We will pull the tables to our Power BI and we will start building the report. And what will happen? No, for example, got a report achi. Tapainka we have given a estimate of around 2 months of time. Okay, tamane ita no ki after 2 months only client will come and ask us whether it is done or not. Initially it will be like every day meetings will be there. Okay, every day we will have a meeting so that we are in the correct, they will see that we are moving towards the goal or not. Mane sabudine kichi improvement achi ki nahi, they will see. Or else every alternate days we will have meeting with them just to give an update ki kon hela mo pakhre access achi ki nahi, jede access nahi, how to raise the access, they will tell us. But if they don't meet us, it will be delayed. Every time it will be delayed. So to check the progress and all, we will be having meetings every alternate days or every 3 days once or every day. Initially it may have every day also. Okay, so basically what I am trying to tell, development project is something where you will be developing everything from scratch, right? But in support project, what will happen? Support project already the report has been developed. Okay, report already developed and people are using it for decision making. They are using it, and the person who has already developed, there will be how it will be. No, client also. For example, Nestle is the client. Okay, they have taken resources from TCS, for example, generally, or else IBM, for example. Okay, they have taken developer from IBM and he has developed the report. Report is developed, everything done. Support रे कौन हो ना जो रिपोर्ट डेवलप हेची ताधेरे जदि किछि चेंजेस दरकार गोटे स्लाइसर ऐड करियार अछि जदि नले आ गोटे छोटो पेज बनेयार अछि नले रिपोर्ट रिफ्रेश फेल हे गला काहे कि फेल हैला ओके सेरा सब चेक करिया पाइंका सपोर्ट टीम दरकार okay every day in day out if they want to share the report with somebody new users asle tanku access dabar अछि okay every day we will be refreshing the report को दिन रिपोर्ट फेल है वाला रिफ्रेश हला ने काहे के फेल हला सेटा भी a technical person only need to handle, right? So what they will do, they may not, the developer who has developed the report, he may not be available at that time. Why? Because he has developed the report and he left the project. Nestle will not hire IBM for supporting, they may hire somebody else. For example, CTS ro gote technical person they will hire. Why they will hire from CTS? Why not the same person from IBM? The main reason is maybe IBM is costly. IBM is charging Nestle per hour, for example, $20. So you take him for development role, you take him from support role. हमें तांको support role पाइन करनी हो कि developer role पाइन करनी हो, I will be charging, IBM will be charging, for example, $20 per hour. So whatever you do, you need to pay me $20 per hour, which is little costly. Kind of developer पाएंगा okay, major कामो अच्छी we can pay it, but support रे सबो वेले कामो न था है when there is a failure और छोटे छोटे कामो हो रहा को था है तो ता पाएंगा सी काइन की इतने पैसा पे करियो. So they will say okay, I don't need you, I will take somebody else from a different company and I will pay him less amount, maybe $10. Okay, in that way it will work in real time and all. So this guy, what he will be doing, he will be supporting the report. माने ताजरे जदी छोटे छोटे changes हैला कि कौन fail है वाला कि access issue आसिला कि जहाँ भी तापरे develop हैला परे जहाँ भी छोटे छोटे changes हो he will be doing. So this is called support project. आर difference कौन majorly development वाला बोले आम पाखे अधिका time था, we will have more time. Okay, advantage हैला we will have more time to develop the reports. But support project ro disadvantage हैला कहीं ना सेटा already production रे अच्छी, people are using them. Okay, जदि fail है वाला, you will get the information that this has been failed, you need to fix it. ता पाएंगे we don't have time because people are waiting for it. Report needs to be refreshed immediately. जदि भी कौन fail हैला, you need to find out the issue quickly and you need to fix it. Kind of if I say that I will do it tomorrow, it is not going to work. Why? Because people are waiting for the report. The report तांका पाको आसिले ही तांकरो से दिनोरा कामो होबो. They will make the decision making कि जहाँ भी करियर अच्छी से दिनोरा कामो कि next 2 days रो कामो, they will take a decision based on the report. यदि तुम report ही ready नहीं, then they will be idle. They will not be doing any work. So here you need to be very fast. We do not have much time to fix the issues. We need to fix it as soon as possible. Okay, so this is the main thing. So majorly support economy, we support the report with small enhancements and bug fixing. Right, clear? What is the development project, what is the support project? Everybody? Online guys, any questions?
No, sir.
Right. And then migration. Migration actually is a development project only. Is same as development. ताको काइन के migration को आ जाए. Already this report is developed in some other tool. For example, in Tableau. Okay, Tableau is also a reporting tool. Cognos BI is also a reporting tool. Recently, I have migrated around 48 reports from Cognos BI to Power BI. So report chalu thila, Cognos BI, it was working fine, everybody was using it, but they wanted to move all the reports to Power BI. Why they wanted to move? Basically, the reason is Power BI is much more simpler for the end users. Okay, much more interactive. Tapore, costing also less. Finally, company what they will think, I need to spend less money for reporting ho resources ho jaha pai I need to spend less money. So they understood that Power BI is less expensive when compared with other tools. Kind of Power BI licensing cost jota achi. First of all, development pai jaha dorka seda free. For everybody, it is free. We are also going to use the same one. Power BI desktop jota hame use kareba sikhila bole, and then which we are going to use it in the organization level, it is exactly the same, 100% same. Other tools रे टिके ना को difference है, but Power BI no difference. And licensing also जो देतला में publish करके we are going to apply securities, automate the report and share with the end users. Then we need a license. The licensing cost also it is like $8 to $9 per person per month. Money around 800-900 rupees per person per month, which is very less. Whereas Tableau and other things are, they are very costly. So why I should use the costly one when I have the cheaper one, right? So that's why people are moving towards Power BI a lot. So many people, so many customers are moving towards Power BI. When a number of customers are using Power BI, opportunity is also more. Kind of they need resources who knows Power BI also, right? So that is why Power BI is like, if you see, I will show you one small thing. Gartner's Magic Quadrant for BI. Okay, this guy every year he will do research on the tools, okay, and he will place it in 4 quadrants. Okay, every year he will do. Okay, so if you see, this is the leaders quadrant. Okay, top one is these are all the BI tools. Okay, Rasabu BI tools. So this is the leaders quadrant. If you see this Microsoft means this is Power BI basically, Microsoft Power BI. If you see from the last 6-7 years now, every time you will see this is in the leading position. Why? Because number of opportunities are more for Power BI. And Tableau also. These two are the tools which are leading the market. These are all BI tools only. Click hella, tapa MicroStrategy hella, Locker hella, era sabu. These are all BI tools only, where we can create reports only. But if you see, last 6-7 years of data, you will see always Power BI and Tableau are always in the leading. More number of customers are using these two tools. That means more number of opportunities are there in these two tools. Okay, you can Google it for the money year. Like you can Google it for every year. You will see these two people are in the top. Okay, so what I was telling, we are migrating the reports. So report itself migrate Korea. Again, you need to do from scratch. People will think that migration money there is a process where I will click on the button, everything will be migrated from one tool to another tool. Migration is also a development. You need to do it from scratch. जेमती हमें डेवलपमेंट रे हम टेबल्स को पुल करिया डेटा मॉडल बनेबा डैक्स क्वेरीज लिखिबा will create the visual. Same thing you need to do in the migration project also. Only thing is you have a reference. Already गोटे report हेइची अलगा tool रे से report केमिति देखा जाउची तादर कोन कोन अछि तो पाखर से reference थिबो. Development project रे कोन ना तम पाखे reference किछि नथिबो खाली गोटे wire frame थिबो गोटे design बने कि तमे देखै थिबे but you don't have a proper reference. That is also a reference but you don't have a proper numbers केते आसीयो कोन you don't have a reference. But migration project रे कोन ना तम पाखे already गोटे reference अछि माने जो tool रो हमें migrate करते से tool रे exactly से visual अछि pie chart अछि से pie chart रे से numbers अछि हमें जेतो migrate करले exactly same pie chart बनेया पड़ियो exactly same numbers ही आसीया पड़ियो. So that is the only difference between a development project and a migration project. It's same as development. Only thing is we have a reference to replicate. Okay. Again, we need all this information. हमें को server संगे connect करिया, को database संगे connect करिया, को tables required. Okay. All the info data engineer may not require if the migration is only the reporting. माने तुम्हारा data source है ला for example you have a data source. Okay, it is SQL server है ला for example. Okay, already आ संगे connect है किरे we have created reports. Already by connecting to this one, we have created the required reports by using a different tool. For example, by using Cognos BI. Now we are migrating to Power BI, for example. Okay, if we are migrating to Power BI, हमें कौन करेगा? आज जहाँ जहाँ reports है, same reports we will be creating by connecting to the same data source. Exactly same reports we will create. But for example, data be migrate ho, jemse report migrate ho, there are chances that data also will be migrating. Instead of SQL Server, they might be migrating the data also from SQL Server to Oracle. Okay, so setole our new data source will become Oracle. Same reports ही बनेयार अच्छी, but data हमारा new data भी migrate होगी, reports भी migrate होगी. So we will be connecting to the new data source. So here we will require the new connections, right? आसांगर connect करेगा पड़ेगा ना. So we need the new connections, new table names. आदर जहाँ भी changes होती data engineer को help दरकार. But if it is the same data source, we will not require anything from the data engineer. Why? Because already everything based on this report has already been developed. So सब data engineering काम है ही सारी already. We just need to connect it to that server, and we need to pull the tables, and we will be creating our reports and all. Okay, guys, everybody following? Yes, no?
Oh, yes, it's all good.
Right. Okay, so these are the different projects we can get once you join any project. We cannot say that initially we will get development and later on we'll get support and all. It doesn't, in that way, it will not work. Okay, it is like how, for which project, so you may be assigned to any project. For example, there is a requirement for a support project. They will ask you to attend the interview. If you clear that interview, you will be working for the support project. If you attend the development project interview, you cleared, you will be working for the development project. If it is a migration project, they will ask you for the migration. So we cannot say ki co project etolamiyo. Once we join any company, after that it depends on what is the vacancy. माने तांको client जो मन अच्छे तांको requirement कौन. यदि migration थी वो you need to do the migration. Support थी बजे you need to do the support. Okay, development थी बजे you need to do the development. So we cannot select which one we want. Okay. Next. Workflow. I'm just giving everything high level, okay? Real time केमिति काम हो है, I'm trying to tell you. So workflow as a data analyst, हमारा workflow केमिति होगा? Okay, first, for example, major is the development project. So हमें कौन करिया? We will be connecting these all information we will take. We will develop the report. Okay, report development हला. Development हला परे, what we will do? We will do the unit testing. Unit testing माने कौन? As a developer, once you create any report, okay, once you create any report, you need to do the unit testing. Okay, unit testing माने कौन? Basically, whatever the numbers you are seeing, you have created a report by connecting to this database, and you got, for example, in this report, you got sales value as 1.2 million. Okay, तुम रिपोर्ट रे गोटे कार्ड विजुअल बनेला जो थरे तुम सेल्स असला 1.2 million. एटा करेक्ट की रॉन्ग हमें जानी नो. We have written some formula, we got the number. So एटा करेक्ट की रॉन्ग हमें केमित जानिया? We will come to the database. Database रे also we will write a query. Select sum of sales from to be table from orders table. हमें we will write a query. We'll write a query. तापर our result कौन आस्ती? Our result is the same 1.2 million asila. That means whatever we have written is correct. Okay, so this value in your database, the value, and in your report, the value, both should be same for every visual. For example, in a report, there are 10 pages. Each page is having 8 visuals. So 10 into 8, 80 visuals. So for 80 visuals, you need to write these things separately. Okay, it's not like randomly हमें 3-4 visuals हमें check करे everything is good. We should not do like that. है ना, कोई भी visual wrong है पर ये. Okay, so we need to do the unit testing for all the visuals. हमें report है जहाँ भी जितने सारे visuals हमें बने जो, for every visual we will be writing the queries and check it whether the same data, same numbers are coming from the database also. If it is coming, then our report is good. And we need to create a report also. हमें कोटे report भी बनेगा, which is called as unit testing report. Document basically. The document हमें कौन करिया? We will be placing Power BI visual and SQL row result. One below the other, one above the other we will be putting, and then we will be writing a comment. Okay, this has been validated successfully. माने matching हो कि नहीं? यदि हो नहीं, we will mark it as failed. कितने जगह एमती थी बो somebody else has done the development and you will be doing the testing. For example, you don't have any work. At that moment, you don't have any work. Then your project manager will say that, can you please test this report? Okay, develop karthibo, say report bhi tamu deiki koi paribo ki, can you please test this report? So what you will be doing? Tame tanko report nobo, database sangere, you will be writing these queries and you will be trying to match it and will create a document. Se document re, mane je bhi se document dekhibo, taku jana padijibo ki whether all the numbers, whatever the visuals has been created, everything is good or somewhere is the problem. So for example, out of 80 visuals, 10 visuals are having problem. So this document will tell them ki ko visual upar amuku ebe focus kariar achi. Out of 80 visuals, which are the visuals are not correct and why it is not correct, the developer will be checking it from their end. Okay, so eta kuha unit testing. Tapare you will be creating a design document. Okay, design document रे कौन था है basically like report है गला report बनाए गला unit testing sorry gala and you are publishing it to and sending it to the end users. Then what will happen? You have done this one and you have left the organization. Mane say project you have got released. Then this guy who is coming from a different team, he need to understand कि से रिपोर्ट रे कोन अछि कोठी कनेक्ट हेछि कोठी पब्लिश हेछि जदि काले गोटे नुवा यूजर असला ताको एक्सेस आपको दबक पइबा नुवा यूजर असला एंड द सपोर्ट गाय नीड्स टू गिव हिम एक्सेस so access केमिति दबा को he if he has the information then only he can give the access. So this guy needs to tell him everything whatever he has done. Okay, a developer while developing the report whatever he has done ko database sangar connect kolla ko server sangar connect kolla what are the different environments they are having, what is the data model he has created, what are the different measures he has created, where he which workspace he has published, ko time re seta refresh hoउची माने ऑटोमेट करिया को गोटे टाइम शेड्यूल करिया ना सेटा को टाइम रे रिफ्रेश होउची गोटे तो रिफ्रेश करिया पाएगा केते टाइम लागुची हाफ एन आवर लागुची 10 मिनिट्स लागुची कि 5 मिनिट्स लागुची all the information he needs to pass it to him and also he need to document काहेकि for example गोटे दिन रिफ्रेश होउची it has been 2 hours still सेटा फेल भी होने सक्सेस भी होने सेटा रिफ्रेश चालुची बफर होउची. Then what he will do, he will go to that document and he will check generally kete time lage. So if it is like 5 minutes refresh haba kotha, today it is taking 2 hours of time, that means there is some issue. We cannot wait till it get failed. So we will cancel the refresh and go back to the data engineer and ask him कि recently कौन change है की database रे, why it is taking 2 hours of time. Generally it should take only 5 minutes or 10 minutes of time. Till yesterday it is taking 5 minutes of time, but today it is taking 2 hours of time. तो मैं backend रे किसी कौन changes करी. These kind of questions we will ask them. Then if they have done something, they will tell you. If not, they will say no, we have not done any changes. Then we need to ask them then why it is taking this much of time. Check from your end. So they will check from their end. Is there a server change कि कौन database कौन data type change है कि कौन कहीं की 2 घंटा लागुची. So they will check from their end. So to know all those things, this developer needs to provide a document to this new team support team पाएंगे गोटे document provide करिया पड़ियो जो थेरे all the information about the report he should provide and also verbally he needs to give the KT knowledge transfer he needs to do before he is leaving the project. Okay, that also you need to do as a developer. You need to do the design document and also you need to provide the knowledge transfer. Okay, so this is how you need to do. Any questions here? कुछ पल नहीं. नहीं हमें रिपोर्ट संगे मैच करनो ना हमें डेटाबेस संगे मैच करछु
Based on assets 1.2 million. ସେଇଟା ତ ସେଇଟା ରିପୋର୍ଟଟା ସେଇଟା ହିଁ ଆସିବ ନା ସେଇଟା ମାନେ ସେଇ ଆନ୍ସର ଡାଇରେକ୍ଟଲି
এটা ডাইনামিক হবো নাই না আমি পাওয়ার বি রিপোর্ট রে আমি কোন করিয়া মোস্ট অফ এভরিথিং উইল ডू ডাইনামিকালি মানে কোন ফর एग्जांपल মো গোটে স্লাইসর ଅଛି से स्लाइसर रे 2017 सेलेक्ट करली ओके 2017 कले मते आंसर कोन आसिया କଥା प्रीवियस ईयर रो आसिया दरकार फॉर एग्जांपल माने 2016 रो डेटा आसिया दरकार माने ओइका 2025 रो अछि फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज नॉट ए कंप्लीटेड ईयर मझी रो अछि आमे माने मु जेतल 2025 सेलेक्ट करी कंप्लीटेड ईयर रो इंफॉर्मेशन दरकार मते ता माने 2024 रो इंफॉर्मेशन आसियो यदि 2026 रे सेलेक्ट करी 2025 रे इटा डायनामिकली चेंज होबो बट सीक्वल रे कोन होबो इटा डायनामिकली चेंज हो हमें जहां लिखिबा इट इज select sum of sales from eta and then I will give a condition where year equal to 2024 देले so 2024 रो डेटा ही आसीबो एटा बार बार चेंज होबने हमें एटी 25 देले 25 रो डेटा आसियो 26 देले 26 रो डेटा आसियो बट पावर बी रे कोन होची सेटा ऑटोमेटिकली चेंज होबो हमें खाली टेस्ट करछु कि एई ईयर संगे एई ईयर मैच होची कि नहीं एई रिपोर्ट एटा हमें एंड यूजर को देई परिया नहीं काहे कि देई परिया नहीं एटा हमें फिल्टर कंडीशन स्पेसिफिकली मेंशन करी कि रिजल्ट को मैच करछु बट एटा जदि एंड यूजर दबो ये निजे निजे सब बेले चेंज करिया पड़ियो बुझेला नहीं ओके लेट मी
Sir, good morning, sir. Sorry to interrupt. If it is too much technical, so that others won't be able to relate, I think, or they can understand it right now, because
I will just show this one and then I will.
yeah, because many may not relate this. We have not started.
Right. एठी देखो मुझे तले एठी 2017 16 सेलेक्ट करछि एठी हमें कोन देखुछु 2015 वर्सेस 16 देखुछु हला and if I am selecting 2017 एठी 16 versus 17 आसुची ओके माने बेस्ड ऑन माय सिलेक्शन दिस इज ऑल चेंजिंग एंड यूजर पाइंगा ठीक अछि बट ए नंबर हमें टेस्ट करिया पाइंगा हमें कोन करिया गोटे क्वेरी केमते लिखिया माने ईयर हमें स्पेसिफिकली मेंशन करिया पड़ियो वेयर ईयर प्रीवियस ईयर इज 2016 एंड करंट ईयर इज 2017 सेटा मेंशन करले ही ए नंबरटा आसीबो ओके बट मुझे तो लेठी चेंज कर देबी सेटी सेटा चेंज होबने काइना वी आर स्पेसिफिकली मेंशनिंग हम पाखे डेटाबेस अछि पावर बीआई अछि हमें पावर बीआई काहे के करूछु काहे कि ना डेटाबेस रे वी कैन नॉट डू थिंग्स डायनामिकली इट इज स्टैटिक जो ईयर दबो से ईयर इन्फॉर्मेशन ही आसीबो पावर बीआई रे कोन हबो सेमिति स्टैटिक होबने हमें गोटे थोर लॉजिक लिखि देले माने व्हाटएवर वी आर सेलेक्टिंग बेस्ड ऑन दैट dynamically things will change. I will tell you once we start, little difficult for you to understand, but the simple thing is in database you cannot do things dynamically. You can do it, but that is a different process. Report bhole asiyo nahi seta. Okay. So for testing purpose, we will specifically give the values and then we will check it. That is the only thing. I will tell you later on how to do these things and all. Any other questions? Okay, other basic things are like what is a server? Server mane kona? जोटी डेटा जनरली स्टोरेज सर्वर इज ए बेसिकली वन सर्विस प्रोवाइडर ओके जो भी माने क्लाइंट सर्वर था जंत पावर पे हला गोटे क्लाइंट अलगा जहां भी टूल्स हला दोस आर ऑल कॉल्ड क्लाइंट्स सो व्हेन वी रिक्वेस्ट समथिंग Okay, for example, this is the server. Okay, this is the server, and there are some client machines. In the Power BI got a client machine SQL SSMS got a client machine So what they will do, they will send a request to the database. कि मते सेल्स इनफॉरमेशन माने क्वेरी लेखि किरे हमें कोन करिया रिक्वेस्ट को सेंड करिया सर्वर रे कोन थिबो डेटा थिबो. Once the query hits the server, it will give you the result. Okay, server is nothing but a place, a storage where different databases can be created. Many different folders. Database is nothing but a kind of folder. Folder is jemti for example, we are putting different our educational documents will create a folder. Experience certificates will make another folder. Songs we will make another folder. Movies we will make another folder. Like similarly, server will have different databases. So go to databases, they can have the HR data. Another database they can have the marketing data. Okay. Similarly, different databases can be there in the server. Different database create korikire abhitere tar related information we will put it in the server. So database is basically to store the data in one place, and server is something where all the databases will come together and will store at one place. Okay. Any questions here? Right. Abhitere database re kon tha? For example, marketing is a database. Database re sabu bele you will have the tables. Okay. Database re sabu bele you will have the tables only. Mane structured format re hi data roibo. Data are multiple types, right? Structured data achi, semi-structured, then non-structured. Okay, structured data means it is always tables. Okay, rows and column format re hi roibo eta. Rows and column format re hi roibo. Unstructured mane kono? This will not be in rows and column format. I mean, commas dekiri. Okay, जिंद JSON file है गोला कोड था है तादेरे. तो JSON है गोला कि पार्स से माने sorry XML file से गोला एरा सबो unstructured. Sorry. हाँ unstructured. कहीं ना सेटा code format रहता है ना से table format rows and column format रहता है. Non-structured माने कौन है जिंद audio file से गोला video file से गोला images से गोला. All these are called non-structured. JSON or XML. Era sabu semi-structured. So database re sabu bele you will have only the structured data. Okay. That doesn't mean that we cannot store these things. We can also store the semi-structured and non-structured data, but we will store it in, there is something called data lake. Okay. Data lake re kaun hue? Non-structured data or semi-structured data we will store it. Right, technical, but just to understand for you, majorly whatever we are working as a Power BI developer, we are working on the data now. Everything will be structured. Everything will be rows and column format. You will get the data. Okay. So it can be, money database again can be in two types. One is on-premise. Another one is cloud. Okay, on-premise mane kono, cloud mane kono. Eta bhi database ka, eta bhi database ka. Okay, here also you will store the data. Here also you will store the data. What is the difference between on-premise and cloud? Jim the cloud providers one is Azure, another one AWS, Amazon Web Services, then GCP, Google Cloud. Okay, these three are the major cloud providers. Azure hochi Microsoft ro, AWS hochi Amazon ro, GCP hochi Google ro. Okay, these are the cloud providers. So what is the difference between these two is both are same, both are storing the data only. Only difference is, let me give you one example. Okay. For example, I will give a simple example of car. Okay. So you own a car. For example, you own a car. ଯଦି ତମେ ନିଜେ ଗୋଟେ କାର କିଣିଛ, what all things you need to do? You need to maintain the car. ମାନେ ତାର ଯେତେ सर्विस କରିବାର ଅଛି, fuel ଅଛି, ଯାହା ବି ଅଛି ତମେ ନିଜେ you need to maintain. ଯାହା ବି ମାନେ repair ହେଲା, everything you need to maintain. So you need resources for maintaining this one. माने you need to take care of it. माने every 6 months रे गोटे तोर कार मेंटेनेंस को जिबा पड़ियो. जति भी कोटी एक्सीडेंट हल्ला, टायर पंचर हल्ला, you need to take care of things. So एरा सब will come with an additional cost, right? Whereas if you cloud माने कोना like Ola, Uber, you will not be maintaining anything. Whatever happens, you will just take this one for rental purpose. You will, wherever you want to go, based on the rent, you will pay the rent and you will utilize it. You will not be maintaining. हम पाएंगे कोटे नुआ resource दरकार नहीं कि आपको maintain करिया पाएंगा. Similarly, यदि तुम data on premise रे अच्छी, माने you bought an hard disk, तुम्हें कोटे storage किनी लो, से storage भीतरे you want to store the data. That data, it can be माने तमे गोटे स्टोरेज किनलो 100 GB रो किनलो, बट तम पाखरे 10 GB रो ही डेटा अछि, बट स्टिल यू हैव ऑलरेडी पेड फॉर 100 GB. तमे यूज करो न करो, you have already paid the money. Tomorrow your data is 120 GB you want to store, but you have only capacity of 100 GB only. You need to buy extra storage for sure. But cloud रे कोन हबो, तमे 10 GB यूज करजो, you will pay only for 10 GB. I am using your space only for 10 GB, so I will pay only for 10 GB. Tomorrow my storage has increased, 10 GB to 100 GB hella, I will pay for 100 GB. 120 GB hella, I will pay for 120. Again more kami gala, I will pay again for 50 GB only. So pay as you use. तमे जितकी use करियो सेतिकी ही pay करियो. सर्वर को मेंटेन करिया पाएंगा, we need a maintenance team. But cloud रे जेतल हमें करिया, for example Azure cloud हमें use करजो, we will not maintain anything. Microsoft will maintain everything. तापाएंगा जो एम्प्लॉयज दरकार, रिसोर्स दरकार, सब किछि किए बेयर करियो, Microsoft will bear it. Okay, from our side we will not take any headache. हमें किछि headache ना बनाए. We will pay, we will take the storage, we will use it and we will pay the rent. Monthly subscription जेमती हमें पे करिया, सेमती ही पे करिया. तापरे ताजरे जहां भी issue असला, that is the headache of the provider. If it is Azure, it is a headache of Microsoft. Okay, they need to take care. So that is the main reason why people are moving towards cloud. But the data will remain the same. तमे on premise रे server रे जदी data store करचो कि cloud रे store करचो, data will remain the same. But still few people are not moving towards cloud. What could be the reason? एबे भी किछि important जिंस गुरा कोचे जो माने they are not moving towards cloud. They are moving in on premise only. They are in on premise only. They want their data in their place only. What could be the reason? Security. Okay, here also we have lot of security, but some data people are not so sure. They don't want my data to be exposed to anybody else, so I want to keep it in my place only. So they are still going with on premise and all, but majority of the people are moving towards cloud. Okay, any questions here on premise and cloud? These are all theory classes. Okay, we will be doing everything practical on from Monday onwards. Okay, Monday we will download our Power BI software and we will pull the tables. We will create the reports by ourselves. Actually, we will discuss from Monday onwards. These are some important theory part which you need to know. So I was just taking some time to cover it. Okay. If you don't understand things, not an issue. When we start Power BI, we will start from scratch onwards. Okay, any questions?
Guys, if you have any small questions, doubts, please do ask. Okay, any even minor, even if it's a very silly question also, you please do ask. Okay, don't sit silently. If you don't understand, it's upfront ask questions. So jar kichi bhi doubt ochi. Okay, kichi bhi doubt ochi, just get it clarified. So it is on a very higher level. Both high level to sir explain kale. Each and everything will be explained in detail. Again, still high level hele bhi jaha kichi bhi doubt roji. Okay, you guys can ask. Okay.
ଆଜିର ସେସନ ରେ ଏମିତି କ'ଣ ଅଛି କି ଯୋଟା ବୁଝି ହେଲାନି ତମର ଗୋଟେ ପଏଣ୍ଟ ମନ ରହିଲା I will explain you other than that anything which you didn't understand or you felt like little difficult for you to understand କି କିଛି ବି any feedback what is the difference between development support and migration clear everybody clear huh? As a developer what kind of questions we may have to ask before starting our report that is clear huh? We need to ask these kind of questions and all okay anything else online I will share this document with all of you online guys any questions
No, sir, it is clear.
Clear, right?
right okay then if you don't have any questions sir you have anything to add or can we close
So once again, before we wind up the session, any questions, any doubts? Okay, so everyone understood tables, right? Tables, data. See, tables basically, sir has already told you, because as a data analyst, 99% of the time you are going to deal with structured data. When I say structured data, data सबुबले row और column रहता है, right? You know that, right? Excel रे जेमती data store हुए, rows and columns रहे. Correct? So, okay. So basically data is stored like this. एगुड़ा है तुमरो rows बा records आपको कौन थे? Rows नॉल records कोई परिवे को. These are called columns. Okay. जो vertical orientation हो ची column और data जोटा horizontally था है row एगुड़ा हो ची rows बा records. Okay. Rows. Sorry, I mean rows and records. These are called columns. Columns भी कोई परिवो, fields भी कोई परिवो. Okay. Columns, fields. Okay, so each row is representing someone's record. Maybe good transaction नहीं परे, maybe employer information नहीं परे, maybe student information नहीं परे. Okay, तापरे आमे normally deal करे को type रो data संगरे आमे normally text type रो data संगरे deal करे. Text means what? तमरो name है गला. Okay, suppose Rojalyn. So Rojalyn होची आरो type होची कोना? It's a text type of data. Okay. Suppose Rojalyn's salary 25,000. Okay, it's a numeric data. Rojalyn's date of joining 17th June 2024. It's a date data. These are different types of data you might have to deal. You might have to capture. Normally तो हमें data entry करा हुए ये सब data रे काम करा right. Text data है परे, numeric data है परे. Okay, date type रो data है परे. Time भी हमको capture करे ऊपर परे. Some in some cases we may have to capture the time. Suppose got a patient hospital or admit hochi, so we'll also have to capture date and time of that admission or date. Okay, patient admission or time. Okay, then if you want to store address, this is also, let's say this is, I would say, plot number 125. So Acharya Bihar, Bhubaneswar. Okay, this is a text data. This can be considered as a text because etire alphabet achi, numeric achi, hyphen achi, dot achi, comma achi, semicolon achi. This is also a text. You cannot consider this data as a numeric data. Normally तुम्हें बुझी परिबो, but I'm just giving you a background कि को type रो data को हम deal करते हो basically. Okay, so basically text data, numeric data, और decimal data तुम जानते हो 10 मिक्स संख्या जमती कि कार गोटे commission हला 2.75%. It's a decimal data. Okay, तुम्हारा let's say increment hela 5.5% increment hela salary increment. Okay, so this is a decimal data. Okay, you understood? मैंने whole basically हमको integer type रो data, integer means whole number. Okay, decimal number, this is मैंने जोड़ा 10 मिक्स संख्या में कुछ. Now this is date, this is text. Okay, this is also text. Okay, these are different types of data. So age of table gudaka, when you work for a project, so basically in so multiple tables tha table gudaka database करके जो storage place रे store हुए. डेटाबेस होच गोटे लॉजिकल कंटेनर जोटा कि ए टेबल गुडा स्टोर करे जेमति तुम गोटे फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से गोटे कॉलेज रो डेटा हम स्टोर करिया सो कॉलेज रे कहा इंफॉर्मेशन हम स्टोर कर परिया स्टूडेंट इंफॉर्मेशन रही परिबो लेक्चर के इंफॉर्मेशन रही परिबो देन लाइब्रेरी इंफॉर्मेशन रही परिबो फीस रे इंफॉर्मेशन रही परिबो लेक्चर को सैलरी इंफॉर्मेशन रही परिबो ओके सो डिफरेंट टेबल रे हम डिफरेंट जो रिलेवेंट डेटा गुडा स्टोर करे स्टूडेंट पाई की गोटे टेबल थिबो लेक्चर पाई की गोटे टेबल थिबो ओके समस्त पाई डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टेबल थिबो आ ये टेबल गोटे लॉजिकल स्टोरेज रे स्टोर हो दैट इज कॉल्ड डेटाबेस ओके डेटाबेस गोटे सिस्टम सॉफ्टवेयर डेटाबेस भितर टेबल गुडा स्टोर हुए जेमति यू वुड हैव नोटिस्ड कि लाइब्रेरी रूम रे यू हैव डिफरेंट रैक्स राइट शेल्फ्स थिबो शेल्फ्स और रैक्स थाए सो गोटे साइंस बुक पाई थिबो गोटे स्टोरी बुक पाई थिबो गोटे कंप्यूटर बुक पाई थिबो गोटे सब मैथ्स रिलेटेड बुक पाई थिबो सो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट रैक रे बुक मेंटेन कले कोन हबो जेतेबेले तुमको दरकार हबो से बुक टा फाइंड आउट करे इट बिकम्स रियली इजी फॉर यू गाइस टू यू नो गेट द बुक इजीली काहे कि ना डिफरेंट डिफरेंट शेल्फ्स क्रिएट हेची डिफरेंट डिफरेंट रैक्स क्रिएट हेची सो सेत पे कि डेटाबेस जेतरा हम कहू इट इज अ सिस्टम और इट इज अ सॉफ्टवेयर that actually stores data in structured format and structured format means 99% it is tabular format only so it is just a जेमति folder with file तमे store करछो सेमति database गोटे storage place or the container which stores these tables relevant tables school हेले school related bank हेले bank related tables को टेबल रे कस्टमर इंफॉर्मेशन रहला को टेबल रे अकाउंट रे कारण गोटे कस्टमर कैन हैव मल्टीपल अकाउंट्स गोटे टेबल रे अकाउंट इंफॉर्मेशन रहला गोटे टेबल रे यू हैव ट्रांजैक्शन इंफॉर्मेशन गोटे टेबल रे मे बी इंटरनेट बैंकिंग रिलेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन गोटे टेबल रे चेकबुक रिलेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन गोटे टेबल रे मे बी योर फोन बैंकिंग रिलेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन यूपीआई ट्रांजैक्शन रिलेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन तो सेति पे कि डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टेबल्स क्रिएट करा जाय टू स्टोर यू नो माने रिलेवेंट इंफॉर्मेशन स्टोर करिया पे कि वी क्रिएट डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टेबल्स that concept will be covering but I'm just explaining it in a very high level. Any questions guys? You understood what is table then tapre database kona okay clear?
Yes, sir.
So server jo sir pehle server is a system actually which stores the data. ओके सर्वर माने कोन गोटे इट्स अ पावरफुल कंप्यूटर ओनली ओके कंप्यूटर मे बी सेतरे 512 जीबी रैम थिबो ओके 100 टीबी हार्ड डिस्क थिबो सो देतो माने कर तमे गोटे बिजनेस करूछ कालिका आज बिजनेस करूछ ऑल ऑफ सडन तमरो लेट्स से बिजनेस बहुत ग्रो कला एबे 10टा 20टा कस्टमर आज आछुने ऑल ऑफ सडन एते फेमस हे गेला तो काली 10,000 कस्टमर आसीबे तो से ट्रांजैक्शन पे तो स्टोरेज सिस्टम बढ़िया पड़ियो राइट सो स्टोरेज सिस्टम बढ़िया पड़ले आइदर तमे साजिम कहले आइदर तमे ऑन प्रेमाइसेस माने निजे गोटे सर्वर किनो पावरफुल सिस्टम किनो सेठी डेटाबेस बना और डेटाबेस रे सब इंफॉर्मेशन स्टोर करो नहले तमे जदी हेडेक नबा को चाहुनो कि आई डोंट वांट टू इन्वेस्ट दिस मच जेमते कार एग्जांपल कार रे तुमको 20 लाख टका इन्वेस्ट करियार अछि गोटे बड़ कार नबा पे कि तुम काहे केते टका इन्वेस्ट करी बेटर मो ओला उबर रे माने एक्सयूवी टा नेबी राइट ओला उबर एसयूवी नै कि सेटा मु यूज करि परिबि जस्ट जेते बड दरकार मु 1000 टका दे कैब बुक कली यूज कली ये सेमती तमे आइदर तमरो निजर सिस्टम सर्वर बाय करी कि पावरफुल सिस्टम नै कि से सेटअप बना अदरवाइज यू गो फॉर ओला उबर नहले तमे क्लाउड को जाओ क्लाउड रे जाय कि जेति कि तमरो लेट्स से तमे भाबुछ कि तमरो दी माने 2 मास बहुत सेल हुए नवंबर डिसेंबर रे बहुत सेल होची सो 2 मास पे कि सेही सेति कि माने ऑक्युपाई करो स्पेस आ सेही स्पेस रो रेंट दियो तापर तमरो पुणी बिजनेस स्लो हो गला देन ताकू रिलीज कर दियो स्पेस रिलीज कर दे मोर एबे एक्स्ट्रा एते माने 100 जीबी स्पेस मोर दरकार नै म एते यूज कर मु 5 जीबी यूज करबी हम कहले 5 जीबी यूज करबी तार ही रेंट को पे करबी जस्ट रेंटिंग ए सर्विस इट इज जस्ट रेंटिंग ए सर्विस लाइक ओला उबर ऑन प्रेमाइसेस माने तमे निजे ओन करछो सर्वर किनिछो सर्वर मेंटेनेंस भी तमु करिया पड़े एवरीथिंग यू विल हैव टू टेक केयर सो व्हेन इट कम्स टू क्लाउड रे माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ही करिवो तमे खाली रेंट देकरी यूज करि चलो so both slowly there are companies who are going to cloud और जो माने जाऊ ना because they are thinking that आमे जदि अलगा को server आमे data maintain करू maybe there is some security threat banking system so banking system each and every information is highly secured मु जदि public server रे पळेली so maybe कि जदि data leak हैला किछि problem हैला तो बैंक बुडी जीवो राइट तो सेति में कि they don't some companies are not still you know they are not interested to go to cloud से माने चाहू चिंता कर निजर ही सेटअप करी कि निजर सर्वर मेंटेन करबे निजर डेटा स्टोर करबे clear any questions guys
सर सपोर्ट प्रोजेक्ट के बुझी दे
support
प्रोजेक्ट
okay Sujit sir, please.
Product.
Yeah, support project mane basically okay गोटे रिपोर्ट ऑलरेडी डेवलप हे सारी ओके गोटे रिपोर्ट ऑलरेडी डेवलप हे सारी एंड इट इज इन प्रोडक्शन आउ एंड यूजर्स माने से रिपोर्ट को यूज करूछंती फॉर डिसीजन मेकिंग रिपोर्ट हमें काई बनाउछो फॉर मेकिंग सम काइंड ऑफ डिसीजंस आउट ऑफ इट राइट तो हमें गोटे रिपोर्ट बनई गिरी ऑलरेडी पब्लिश करि सरछु आउ से रिपोर्ट को एंड यूजर माने यूज करूछंती फॉर डे टू डे एक्टिविटीज राइट बट तापरे we need some enhancement customer कहे कि मते आउ गोटे स्लाइसर दरकार एथरे ए रिपोर्ट रे एटा मोर रिपोर्ट बट ये कहे कि एठी मते आउ गोटे स्लाइसर दरकार आई वांट टू क्रिएट आई वांट अनदर स्लाइसर एठी मते आउ गोटे स्लाइसर दरकार जो थरे मते गोटे कैटेगरी रिलेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन यूज करियार अछि फॉर एग्जांपल एमती गोटे नुवा स्लाइसर दरकार so based on the slicer selection only that information only I want to see it here so developer तो already माने develop है ही सारी ये जो छोटो छोटो changes अच्छी ताकू को आ जाए support okay enhancement support is nothing but enhancement enhancements on the existing report ओके एक्जिस्टिंग रिपोर्ट ऊपर जदि हमें किछि एबे हमें कोन कोले ए रिपोर्ट रे आ गोटे स्लाइसर ऐड करले राइट यस और नो दिस इज आल्सो ए काइंड ऑफ this is also a kind of development only but we are not developing the entire report right we have added one slicer that's it so support projects रे एमिति छोटे छोटे एनहांसमेंट्स आसे कि गोटे स्लाइसर ऐड करो कि एठी कुछ कंडीशनल फॉर्मेटिंग करो एठी नेगेटिव वैल्यू हेले रेड कलर देखाओ पॉजिटिव वैल्यू हेले ग्रीन कलर देखाओ नले अलगा कोन छोटे छोटे चेंजेस नले आ गोटे नुवा पेज क्रिएट करो एथरे मते नुवा विजुअल्स दरकार एमिति जो माने फ्यूचर रे जो छोटे छोटे एनहांसमेंट्स आसीबो दैट इज कॉल्ड सपोर्ट आउ तापरे जदि पब्लिश करला परे किछि इश्यूज आसी गोटे नुवा यूजर माने नुवा टीम आसला से नुवा टीम पाई कभी वी नीड टू गिव एक्सेस टू दिस रिपोर्ट so we need to give them access right so that all will come under support project जदि कोन फेल हे गला काई की फेल हला जदि केते दिन यूज करला परे से मान देखले कि ए जो नंबर देखो जे एटा करेक्ट आसु नै काई की करेक्ट आसु नै चेक करके फिक्स करो so those things and all will come under support project माने मेंटेनेंस ऑफ द रिपोर्ट इज नथिंग बट सपोर्ट
एबे गोटे सिंपल एग्जांपल हला देखो जब डीमोनेटाइजेशन हला सो एटीएम रु ता डीमोनेटाइजेशन पूर्व 2000 रुपया माने 1000 रुपीस आस्थिला ओल्ड जोटा थिला 1500 आस्थिला जेतो डीमोनेटाइजेशन हला आरबीआई कोन कला से गुडा सब बैन कला पर तांको माने किछि दिन पर तो नुवा नोट्स प्रिंट हला 500 रुपीस और 2000 रुपीस रो सो एटीएम को पुणी एटीएम पुणी ताको आइडेंटिफाई करिवो कि नहीं सो दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ सपोर्ट राइट एटीएम को पुणी से जो नुआ जो रुपीर और नोट रो साइज को आइडेंटिफाई करियार अछि कि नहीं तार साइज अनुसार पुणी सही हिसाब डिस्बर्स करिवो नोट गुडा एटीएम रे ओके आउ मैक्सिमम होची 2000 एट ए टाइम 2000 तम अधिक विथड्रॉ करिया पड़िबनी तो एटीएम सिस्टम आगुरु स्मूथली चलतिला जेतो ए चेंजेस असला दे विल आल्सो हैव टू इनकॉर्पोरेट दिस चेंजेस एज पर आरबीआई गाइडलाइंस तो सेटा हेगला गोटे सपोर्ट प्रोजेक्ट ओके एटा गोटे सपोर्ट प्रोजेक्ट हेगला तांको पे कि काहे कि ना ओल्ड नोट्स आउ तांकर दरकार नै ताको डिस्कार्ड करो जो नुआ नोट्स असला मशीन ताको आइडेंटिफाई करिया दरकार तार साइजेस को नै कि हाइट वेट व्हाटएवर इट इज ओके तार थिकनेस सब नै कि दिस इज ए पार्ट ऑफ मेंटेनेंस जो सॉफ्टवेयर चालू छी ओके जो गोटे सॉफ्टवेयर चाल छी ओके किछ ना किछ आरबीआई को मते ए रिपोर्ट दरकार मते से रिपोर्ट दरकार नै एतरे ए चेंजेस आगुर कोन होतला तमे बेसिकली मार्क करथिबो तमे कहा भी अकाउंट रे जे अमाउंट डिपॉजिट करके पळे आसियो बट एबे कहउचंदी कि नै तमे जे डिपॉजिट करे को अछि तार भी ना लिखो आ तार भी गोटे वैलिड आईडी प्रूफ रखो कारण कहीं कि ना किए गोटे आसे कि गोटे अलगा सोर्स रु पैसा पळे आसीबो त हमें ट्रैक करिया केमती मु आसे कि कहा अकाउंट रे कोटी टका डिपॉजिट कर देली सो सोर्स कोन मु जानि भी केमती कि यदि तो सेति पई कि जे डिपॉजिट रस्ती तार भी अकाउंट तार डिटेल्स कैप्चर करो तार माने आधार कार्ड नियो तार साइन नियो तार डिटेल्स ना गां कैप्चर करो तो एटा इट्स पार्ट ऑफ न्यू रिक्वायरमेंट राइट सो गोटे प्रोजेक्ट स्मूथली चली जदि एटा गोटे आरबीआई कहले कि मैं चाहूँ कि ए जिन भी कैप्चर हो देन डेवलपर ए जो चेंजेस टाको इंक्लूड करेंगे ना कोड रे पुणी लिखिया पड़ो ना ताको सो इट इज अ सपोर्ट रिपोर्टर सर जंतु कहले किछि नुवा रिक्वायरमेंट आसिला नुवा पेज से माने चाहूचंती ओके नुवा किछि गोटे फील्ड चाहूचंती रिपोर्ट रे सो से रिक्वायरमेंट डिस्कस हबो आ से रिक्वायरमेंट एनालिस्ट को दिया जिवो एनालिस्ट विल वर्क ऑन दैट रिपोर्ट से चेंजेस करो दैट इज अ सपोर्ट प्रोजेक्ट आ सबू 99% प्रोजेक्ट थरे डेवलप होला पर से सपोर्ट रे ही जीवो किछि ना किछि चेंजेस आसुतबे एमिति नै कि गोटे सॉफ्टवेयर फिक्स हेला 10 वर्ष तमे देखो व्हाट्सएप रे केते थरो तमे व्हाट्सएप रे देखु व्हाट्सएप रे नुवा वर्जन काहे के आसुची तमरो एंड्रॉइड रे सब बेले आसुची ना अपग्रेड एंड्रॉइड रे आसुची कि नै नुवा नुवा वर्जन एंड्रॉइड 1.0 रे स्टार्ट हेतला व्हाट इज द करंट वर्जन ऑफ एंड्रॉइड एंड्रॉइड रे करंट वर्जन कोन 13 14 15
15 sir 15
15 राइट सो नुआ चेंजेस आसुची एंड्रॉइड पे भी नुआ नुआ सपोर्ट आसुची काहे कि ना किछि लेट्स से गोटे वर्जन रे किछि एग्जिस्टिंग एबे जो 15 चलची 15 रे बहुत सारा इशू आसिला लेट्स से कैमरा एप्लीकेशन ठीक रे चालुनी लेट्स से व्हाट्सएप चालुनी सो ऑब्वियसली ए चेंजेस गुडा एंड्रॉइड रे पुन करा हबो कोन पय ये प्रॉब्लम होची ए चेंजेस भी हबो प्लस नुआ किछि रिक्वायरमेंट थिले से नुआ एनहांसमेंट भी ऐड हबो तापरे एंड्रॉइड 16 लॉन्च हबो सो 16 जदि स्मूथली चलला पुन तांको फिर फील होला कि नै आउ किछि हमें चेंजेस करिया आउ किछि कस्टमर रिपोर्ट करछि जेतेबेले तुम सपोर्ट को इट कैन बी ए न्यू रिक्वायरमेंट सर जमते कहले गोटे नुआ पेज ऐड करिया इज ए न्यू रिक्वायरमेंट और इट कैन बी एन एक्जिस्टिंग इश्यू जदि रिपोर्ट रे किछि एक्जिस्टिंग इश्यू अछि ताको हमें फिक्स करिया नहले गोटे नुआ रिक्वायरमेंट को ऐड करिया ओके if no other questions we can wind up the session for today we'll connect on Friday
sir
Yeah.
सर गौरी शंकर सर जोटा कहले कि क्लाउड और स्टोरेज भितर जोटा माने हमरो जेतिकी सपोज दरकार हमरो स्टोरेज सेतिकी यूज करिवा आउ नहले क्लाउड सपोज हम क्लाउड यूज करजंती एबे हमरो 50 जीबी रो गोटे क्लाउड यूज करजंती किंतु हमरो 2-3 मंथ पर हमर दरकार नाही जे 50 जीबी दरकार नाही हमर 20 जीबी दरकार अछि सेटा को हम जो स्टोरेज टा को हम जतेबेले यूज करबा सी डाटा टा जतेबेले ट्रांसफर हबो सेटा सर केमती कोन हबो माने क्लाउड रू स्टोरेज को आ स्टोरेज रू क्लाउड को करिया पय सेति पय भी तो टाइम लागि पारे सेति पय
क्लाउड
भी
रो स्टोरेज
पर्सन
माने बुझपाने क्लाउड ही गोटे स्टोरेज
नहीं नहीं सर आपण माने क्लाउड से दीटा तो स्टोरेज तो ठीक अछि किंतु सपोज आमे हार्ड डिस्क यूज करजंती हमरो हार्ड डिस्क हला कि पेन ड्राइव हला किछि गोटा आमे सेटा यूज करजंती जे हमरो स्टोरेज पय का माने अबिका हमरो दरकार अछि 20 जीबी रो स्टोरेज हम हार्ड डिस्क यूज करजंती परे हमर 50 जीबी हला कि 500 जीबी हमरो यूज करिवार अछि तो सेही जगह केमती कोन हबो माने ट्रांसफर
तमे
डाटा ट्रांसफर
सब्सक्रिप्शन बढ़ेइबो ना तमे तमर जदी ओइका 20 जीबी यूज करूचो तापर तुमको 50 जीबी यूज माने दरकार अछि तम सब्सक्रिप्शन बढ़ेइबो तमे कहइबो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट को फ्रॉम टुमारो ऑनवर्ड्स आई नीड 50 जीबी so you will be paying for 50 GB
नहीं से तो सर ठीक अछि जे डाटा टा ट्रांसफर हबो केमती माने
कोठु
सपोज हम
ट्रांसफर होबो
हेलो
हम
सर सी
जोटा
एक्चुअली कहବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି କି ଯଦି ତାଙ୍କ ଫୋନରେ ଡାଟାଟା ଅଛି ତାଙ୍କ କ୍ଲାଉଡରେ ବି ତାଙ୍କ ଡାଟା ଅଛି ସେ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି କ୍ଲାଉଡରୁ ଫୋନକୁ ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଫର କରିବେ ୟା ତ ଫୋନରେ ଡାଟା ଅଛି ସେ କ୍ଲାଉଡକୁ ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଫର କରିବେ
ता
ସେଇଟା
पाइंका
କହିବାକୁ
अलगा
ଚାହୁଁ
टूल्स यूज करिया पड़ियो ना फॉर एग्जांपल यू वांट टू ट्रांसफर ऑन प्रीमाइस टू क्लाउड को जदी ट्रांसफर करिया अछि सेटा भी गोटे डेटा इंजीनियरिंग रो प्रोजेक्ट जदी फॉर एग्जांपल एबे हमें ऑन प्रीमाइस रे अछु वी वांट टू मूव इट टू क्लाउड सो यू नीड टू ट्रांसफर द डेटा फ्रॉम ऑन प्रीमाइस टू क्लाउड केमिति ट्रांसफर करिया ता पाइंका ईटीएल टूल्स अछि जेमते अजूर डेटा फैक्ट्री हे गला नले डेटा ब्रिक्स हे गला नले इन्फॉर्मेटिका हे गला दीस आर द टूल्स व्हिच विल हेल्प यू on premise रो cloud को move करियार अछि जे data you have to use some other tools okay ETL tools रो काम कोन to transfer the data
ओके सर गॉट इट सर थैंक यू सर
okay so हमें जो एठी एठी देखिले ना these are ये जो ETL होची ये जो ETL मो कहइथिले हमर जो सोर्स अछि ए सोर्स रो स्टेजिंग को केमिति आसुची डेटा by using ETL pipelines. From stage ru presentation layer ko kemiti jauchi, data movement kemiti hochi by using ETL tools. Okay, data ko gote jagaru ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାକୁ shift କରିବାକୁ ଯଦି ଅଛି, then you need to use some kind of ETL tools. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. Any other questions? Okay, then we are closing for today and we will meet on Friday.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.